Whoops. Hello everyone, we're going live and I'm going to try to fix a couple of banners here. It's not working. Yeah, that's so far. Well, no, we're not getting there. We're going to just put the sign on here in the bottom if we can figure it out. There. How about that? Hello everyone. It's a birthday for Pete Seeger. And got lots of songs to remember Pete. And while we're waiting for the crowd to show up, why do I have this on and not the cover? There. Don't have a roadie tonight to get me organized. I gotta move. No, I gotta move this way. I'm gonna move this way. Okay. It's gotten a little colder again. That's why we don't call it global warming. We call it climate disaster, not global warming. Well, what a lot of people know about Pete Seeger is he had this boat. A lot of people remember, well, I didn't say that right. Some people are old enough to remember that Pete Seeger and the Weavers had big hit songs in the 40s, 50s. But in later years, Pete seemed to be largely known for having this boat, the Clearwater. A lot of songs were written on the boat as it sailed up and down the Hudson River, teaching people about how we needed to clean our rivers, not only the Hudson River, but a lot of rivers of America and rivers all around the world got cleaned up as a result of the Clearwater. I'm trying to adjust myself so the lights don't reflect off of the guitar. So a lot of songs were written on the Clearwater, and Pete wrote this song. Of time and rivers flowing, the seasons make a song, and we who live beside her still try to sing along. Of rivers, fish, and men, and the season still a-coming when she'll run clear again. So many homeless sailors, so many winds that blow. I asked the half-blind scholars which way the currents flow. So cast your nets below. And what's the last line of that song? So cast your nets below, and the gods of moving waters will tell us all they know. The circles of the planets, the circles of the moon, the circles of the atoms all play a marching tune, and we who would join in can stand aside no longer. Now let us all begin. La 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 la. The words are easy. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And we who would join in. And we who would join in can stand aside no longer. Now let us all begin. Now let us all begin. Oh, I always love that song. So set to an old Christmas carol, old German carol that lo, how a rose there blooming, na, 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 na. What? Some people say they don't recognize the Christmas carol at that tempo, but Pete did that a lot. Took songs and put words, rather. Took songs that existed, melodies that existed, or altered them a little for his own use. Now, I had a list, and I gotta find. There we go. There's a list that keeps you organized. And trouble with a list, though, is when you get to the end, it's over. Well, here's a song that Pete wrote in 1964, and it's just as relevant today. You know, this language that we speak is part German, part Latin, and part Greek, with some Celtic and Arabic and Scandinavian all in a heap. Well amended by the people in the street. Choctaw gave us the word okay. Vamoose is a word from Mexico way. And all of this is a hint, I suspect, of what comes next. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon, mama, be get mixed up. Well, I like Polish sausage, I like Spanish rice, pizza pie is also nice. Corn and beans from the Indians here, all washed down by some German beer. Marco Polo traveled by camel and pony, brought to Italy the first macaroni. And you and I, as well as we're able, put it all on the table. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon, mama, be get mixed up. There were no red-headed Irishmen before the Vikings landed in Ireland. How many Romans had dark curly hair before they brought slaves from Africa? No race on earth is completely pure, nor is anyone's mind, and that's for sure. The winds mix the dust of every land, and so will woman and men. I think that this whole world, Soon, mama, my whole wide world. Soon, mama, my whole world. Soon, mama, be get mixed up. Oh, this doesn't mean we will be the same. We'll have different faces and different names. Long live many kinds of different races, and difference of opinion that makes horse races. Just remember the rule about rules, brother. What's right with one is wrong with another. And take a tip from La Belle France. Vive la différence. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world. Soon, mama, my whole world. Soon, mama, be get mixed up. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world. Soon, mama, my whole world. Soon, mama, be get mixed up. I think we mix the world up enough. And we're mixing it up. Boy, I see my daughter and her friends listening to music of every land, and kids know kids of every different ethnicity. I know that racism persists, and violence and hate are not gone, but sometimes I see things that give me hope. Pete said, well, Toshi got tired of me singing those words from the Bible to that song, and she said, we need some funny words to that song. Some words for kids. That may be Pete's exaggeration, but I don't think so. Toshi, of course, was Pete's wife. Was the organizer and the the business head of it all, and keeping him protected and safe. And he was the folksy, approachable, conversational guy, and she would order him to do it. She said, I'll take care of that, Peter. You go talk to the people. But I don't know of anything else she wrote, but these are Toshi's words to this song. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. So those are words from Ecclesiastes from the Bible, but these are Toshi's words. A time for work, a time for play, a time for night, a time for day, a time to sleep, a time to wake, a time for candles on the cake. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to dress, a time to eat, a time to sit and rest your feet, a time to teach, a time to learn, a time for all to take their turn. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to cry and make a fuss, a time to leave and catch the bus, a time for quiet, a time for talk, a time to run, a time to walk. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time for dirt, a time for soap, a time for tears, a time for hope, a time for fall, a time for spring, a time to hear the robins sing. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. Oh, thank you for coming tonight. I see there are comments and that the computer's a little too far from Jenny Lynn Stewart. Tom Newman, hello everybody. Lois Einhorn, hello. And Peace Coast, it says, your name there. Tom Newman, hello. Heidi Linder, hello. And anybody else, just do say hello. It's nice to know who's there. And I haven't figured this out. That I'm broadcasting on 3 so-called destinations. I use a thing called StreamYard, and the destinations are 2 Facebook pages, my personal Facebook page, but also my professional Facebook page. I think the comments come from my personal Facebook page, maybe both, but then I'm also broadcasting on YouTube, and so that's a different. Those are the people in the balcony, you know. So we don't in the loge. I don't know. We don't see them. We don't all get to hang out together. A little strange, but that's the way that goes. And let me say right down there, PayPal.me, Jim Scott Music, and Venmo, James Scott, James-Scott, 458. If you would be so generous as to make a donation to this concert, it is really much appreciated. Thanks. If you cannot afford it, well, you're welcome to be here, of course, and we're glad you're here. But thank you. Donations of all sizes keep us going. And you know, I think we're all friends here. I can say it's about 1 in 100 that donates. I wish I could get that up a little bit, that percentage. And also on my website, we'd love when people visit the website and maybe you want to buy a songbook or a CD or something, but there's a donation button there too for custom payments and donations. Well, this is a very serious song, I think. Pete took the words of a Turkish poet, Nasim Hikmat, wrote this poem about a girl who is killed when the bombs are dropped on Hiroshima. And it's translated by an American woman, Jeanette Turner, translated to English, but then gave it to Pete Seeger, who made it rhyming, scanning verse and put it to... Pete told me at least a couple times in person, I thought it was a folk song. I thought I'd set it to an old English folk song, but it turned out to be a song that that someone wrote in the 20th century. James Waters set the words of the great Silky, I believe, is that Robert Burns, the legend of the great Silky. The Silkies, the seals, are so human-like, you know. That song goes like this. I am a man upon the land. I am a seal upon the sea. And that's a very beautiful song, too. But it takes on a whole different persona with these words. I get a little fogged up when we sing these words. I come and stand at every door, but none can hear my silent tread. I knock and yet remain unseen, for I am dead, for I am dead. I'm only 7, though I died in Hiroshima long ago. I'm 7 now, as I was then. When children die, they do not grow. My hair was scorched by swirling flames. My eyes grew dim, my eyes grew blind. Death came and turned my bones to dust, and that was scattered by the wind. I need no fruit, I need no rice, I need no sweets or even bread. I asked for nothing for myself, for I am dead, for I am dead. All that I ask is that for peace you fight today, you fight today, so that the children of this earth may live and grow and laugh and play. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls pick them, every one. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone the old-fashioned way? Gone to husbands, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone for soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Pete wrote this song based on something he found in a book, in the book Quiet Flows the Dawn River. Oh gosh, who's the Russian author of that book? In the book, Pete said, I didn't know what the melody would be, and maybe it was a folk song, but these young men are going off to war, and they're going down the road, and they're singing this song. Where are the flowers gone? Young girls pick them. Young men pick the young girls. And then young men, where have all the young men gone? Gone for soldiers. So that's all that Pete made into the song at first. Just 3 verses. He said, I thought Gone for Soldiers, that was enough said. But Pete was playing at that bastion of terrorism, Oberlin College, and Joe Hickerson, a student in the Oberlin Folk Club at the time, added the next 2 verses to the song that we all know now, that take it around 5 verses to take it around full circle. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Yeah, it's funny, that song could be, the most trite old song, like if you heard like a group singing that in a pizza parlor or something like that. And, oh yeah. But, if you set it up right, maybe the same goes with this one. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. I like to remember that this song goes back to the 40s. Pete and Lee Hayes wrote this song. They wrote it a little differently than we know it now. They wrote it like this. Let's see. I can't. Oh yeah. Love between all of my brothers, all over this land. Yeah, Pete said, we fixed that gender thing early on, but it's the Peter, Paul, and Mary version of the song that we all know. He said, that's become the quintessential version of the song. Love between my brothers and my sisters. And he said, I could just do without that. Ooh, ooh, oh, come on, it's fun. Ooh, ooh, if I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out warning, I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all this land. Ooh, a song. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Now we put them all together. Now I got a hammer, got a bell, and I got a bell, got a song to sing. I got a song to sing all over this land. Hammer of justice, the hammer of justice, bell of freedom, the bell of freedom. Song about love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Do that again. It's the hammer of justice. Here's the big one. It's the bell of freedom. It's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Oh yeah, sounds like a terrorist song to me. Hammer, smash the power. You know, it's songs like that that got Pete and the Weavers hauled in front of the... They never turned that into a hit song. It wasn't until later, you know, Peter, Paul, and Mary and the Kingston Trio and the Limelighters and all, so many others. Trini Lopez did the song... As with a bunch of songs that Pete wrote or helped put together, it wasn't Pete himself that sold the millions of albums, but other people did the songs. Like the Byrds turned Turn into a big hit, and and so on and so on. So thank you very much for paypal.me, Jim Scott Music, or Venmo, James Scott. That's usually only when I'm in trouble. Thank you for donations that keep us going. Pete said, I didn't think I'd live long enough to see this song. Pete said, I wrote this song when thought I was getting older, and was asking everybody, who's going to keep this going? And he said, well, I've lived long enough to see other people record it. And he said something about being a late composer, but which is usually my joke. You know, I've always been a late composer, right at the deadline. Yeah, you finally get the recognition later. We're glad Pete got as much recognition as he did, and he had a beautiful, quiet, somewhat quiet retirement in a way, where he said, well, I'm not doing things for money anymore. If I feel like doing it, I'll do it. But, I remember I think he was at the advanced age of about 75 or something like that, which doesn't sound very old anymore. He said, it's really amazing. You can make enough money to live for a month on just one concert. You make enough money to live for a month. What a game it is. There's something to aspire to. Many of my friends out there know that I played for a long time with Paul Winter, jazz sax player, but I also did get to record with jazz flutist Paul Horn. And he said to me, I either do the gig for full fare or I do it for free. I don't want to negotiate with anybody. If I feel like doing it, I'll do it for free. And that's a nice way to get old, to have the security or whatever it is, the security. That's not what I mean exactly. Just have your life in order so you can do what you want. That's what I aspire to. I'm hoping to have enough time to write all those things that I intend to write. I got a computer full of half-written things. Well, here's this song that Pete, he said, I thought I'd leave people with this song, but then, of course, I wrote a whole lot more after that. What's going on here? It doesn't sound right. My daughter tuned this before she left. I thought she had it fixed. Okay. Don't you know? What? How about a different key? Don't you know? Don't you know? That'll be way up in the stratosphere. Let's do that. Don't you know it's darkest before the dawn? And this thought keeps me moving on. If we could hear these early warnings, the time is now quite early morning. If we could hear you repeat this part, these early warnings, the time is now quite early morning. Some say that humankind won't long endure, but what makes them so doggone sure? I know that you who hear my singing can make those freedom bells go ringing. I know that you who hear my singing can make those freedom bells go ringing, can make those freedom bells go ringing. And so we keep on while we live, until we have no more to give. And when these fingers can strum no longer, and the old banjo to the young ones stronger. And when these fingers can strum no longer, and the old banjo to the young ones stronger. So though it's darkest before the dawn, these thoughts still keep me hanging on. Through all the world of joy and sorrow, we still can have singing tomorrow. Through all the world of joy and sorrow, we still can have singing tomorrow. Through all the world of joy and sorrow, of joy and sorrow, we still can have singing tomorrow. Through all the world, through all the world of joy and sorrow, we still can have singing tomorrow. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shores, one earth so give it one more try to show my rainbow race. Am I in the right key? It's too soon to die. And because I love you, it'll do, I guess. I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Some folks want to be like an ostrich, bury their heads in the sand. Some hope that plastic dreams can unclench all those greedy hands. Some hope to take the easy way, poisons, bombs, they think we need 'em. Don't you know you can't kill all the unbelievers? There's no shortcut to freedom. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shore, one earth so green and round. Who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Some folks want to be like an ostrich, bury their heads in the sand. Some hope that plastic dreams can unclench all those greedy hands. Some hope to take the easy way, poisons, bombs, they think we need 'em. Don't you know you can't kill all the unbelievers? There's no shortcut to freedom. One blue sky, one blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shores, one earth so green and round. Who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Go tell all the little children, tell all the mothers and fathers too. Now's our last chance to learn to share what's been given to me and you. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shores, one earth so green and round. Who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. To show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Well, you know, Pete sang this song that way for 30, 40 years, and then he said, you know, that's not the way to end the song, too soon to die. The last concert that I got to do with him, he said, well, we should end it here. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shores, one earth so green and round. Who could ask for more? One earth so green and round. Who could ask for more? like ending it there. What key do I'm wondering what key to do this. No. Let's try E. Thank you for donations, or admission, if you want to think of it that way. Keep us going. The cover charge, the tip jar. I always never really liked that tip jar thing. I never lived by it. Well, I did actually when I played in bars back in the old days. But tip jar just always seemed like some kind of thing. And I've never been a street performer, like out busking. A little bit. A couple of times with friends. I could never dare do it by myself, but I did, play outdoors. But actually, most of it only rarely. One time it was in England. One or two times we actually accepted money for it. Otherwise, we just played outdoors. So why am I saying that? Because this is always a little bit uncomfortable for me to say thank you for donations here. It's kind of like, I like to think it's like NPR, or like maybe somebody running for office and the politician comes and says all the really inspiring stuff and then says, well, please donate to keep us going. Yeah, okay. There's the disclaimer. This is my favorite Pete Seeger song. Otto Preminger went looking for Pete Seeger to write a song for a movie. And Pete said, well, I got a bunch of things. And he said, well, come and see me. He said, Toshi and I, we got on a plane. We flew out to California. And I played him a bunch of songs. And he listened to it all. He said, you got anything else? And Pete said, well, I'd been thinking about something on the plane. And I went and I wrote it down. And I'm not sure when exactly later he played the song, and that's the song that got in the movie. I haven't ever seen the movie. Tell Me You Love Me, Junie Moon. Apparently Pete kind of comes out of the forest of folk singers singing this song. I'll have to see it sometime. I knew Pete Seeger on and off for 40 years and kind of took it for granted that he was around to tell stories and or that I'd read something here and there. And since Pete has left us on this earthly plane, left us with a lot of him still around, I keep reading more stuff. And, oh my gosh, he was there too. He was there. He was part of that. He initiated that. Wow, yeah. Old devil time, I'm gonna fool you now. Old devil time, you'd like to bring me down. And when I'm feeling low, my lovers gather round and help me rise to fight you one more time. That's too low. Old devil fear, you with your icy hands. Old devil fear, you'd like to freeze me cold. But when I'm sore afraid, my lovers gather round and help me rise to fight you one more time. Here's the chorus. No storm or fire can ever beat us down, can ever beat us down. No wind that blows, no wind that blows, but carries us further on, but carries us further on. And you who fear, and you who fear, oh lovers, gather round, and we can rise and sing it one more time. Old devil pain, you often pin me down. You thought I'd cry and beg you for the end, but at that very time my lovers gather round and help me rise to fight you one more time. No storm or fire, no storm or fire can ever beat us down, can ever beat us down. No wind that blows, no wind that blows, but carries us further on. And you who fear, oh lovers, gather round, and we can rise and sing it one more time. Old devil hate, I knew you long ago, and then I found out the poison in your breath. Now when we hear your lies, my lovers gather round and help me rise to fight you one more time. No wind, storm that blows, no storm or fire can ever beat us down. No wind that blows, no wind that blows, but carries us further on. And you who fear, oh lovers, gather round, and we can rise and sing it one more time. And we can rise and sing it one more time. I wonder, has anybody seen the movie? I haven't. I don't know how it fits in. If it does fit in, I guess it does fit in. What am I doing? Let me put some unobtrusive papers underneath here. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, 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 Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma, y antes de morir me quiero echar mi verso del alma. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Pete came across this song in the 50s when the Weavers were blacklisted, and suddenly all the big gigs they used to have, nobody would hire them anymore. You have number one hit songs and you can't play gigs, and they were much more than just a quartet at that point, of course, with a whole entourage and playing big concerts in stadiums and giant concert halls and all. Well, Pete kept on going, of course, and just was teaching. He went to camps a lot. He loved summer camps. The Seeger family still has a traditional summer camp in Vermont. Well, a young guy, Julian Arbone, was a counselor at a camp where Pete was, and he was a classical music student from Cuba. So this is when Cuba is still wicked old Havana and run by Batista, by the what do we call those? Before the Cuban Revolution. But then Pete said, when the Cuban Revolution happened, Pete said, well, we need something, we need maybe a song that will keep Cubans humanized to Norte Americanos. So I'm not sure how all the verses came together. Pete, though, picked up on this song. Jose Marti, the poet in the 19th century, the 1800s, kind of poet laureate of, I don't know what we'd call it, of just the voice of Cuba from so long ago, wrote these words. Then they got put to this melody. Juan Fernandez Diaz was a dance band guy in old Havana, and they used this song, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, with a faster tempo. It was his theme song. He even had a radio program. But somehow slowing it down and putting these thought-provoking, thoughtful words to it just makes a whole new song. He says, I'm an honest man from the land of the palm trees. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. And he says, here, let me tell you stories of my life. He says, my verses can be a verdant green. My verses can be a flaming red. My verses can be like a wounded fawn in the forest. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmín encendido. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmín encendido. Mi verso es un ciervo herido que busca en el monte amparo. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. poor people of this earth. I'll be with them. I'll cast my lot with them. A little mountain stream here is as comforting as your oceans. Con los pobres de la tierra quiero yo mi suerte echar. Con los pobres de la tierra quiero yo mi suerte echar. El arroyo de la sierra me complace más que el mar. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Oh, thank you for your generous donations. We're remembering Pete tonight, and I got a couple more songs. We're trying to rush to get them all through. I'm trying not to talk too much. I could tell stories about Pete Seeger all night long, but here's an old Scottish song with some alterations by Pete. Well, may the world go, the world go, the world go. Well, may the world go when I'm far away. You can sing it. Well, may the world go, the world go, the world go. Well, may the world go when I'm far away. Well, may the skiers turn, the swimmers churn, the lovers burn. Peace may the generals learn when I'm far away. Well, may the world go, the world go, the world go. Well, may the world go when I'm far away. Sweet may the fiddle sound, the banjo plays the old hoedown. Dancers swing round and round when I'm far away. Well, may the world go, the world go, the world go. Well, may the world go when I'm far away. Fresh may the breezes blow, clear may the streams flow. Blue above, green below when I'm far away. Well, may the world go, the world go, the world go. Well, may the world go when I'm far away. One more. Well, may the world go, the world go, the world go. Well, may the world go when I'm far away. Oh, I wonder if I can read this. I have to pick it up to read it. I got some papers in front of me, but it's funny without. I'm needing the drugstore glasses more these days, unless I. Oh, you know what? I have these little lights right here that light up and light the music stand, but I don't need that. Here's something that Pete wrote. In my last few years, my father became very pessimistic. Peter, I can't persuade scientists that they have the most dangerous religious belief in the world. They say, I base all actions on observations, then draw conclusions. We must gain all the empirical knowledge that there is. Oh no, I tell them, haven't you observed that there are power-hungry people in the world? Is it logical to put in their hands the ability to destroy the world? But they say, well, if I don't discover these things, someone else would. There's bad science of sloppy evidence, unsupportable conclusions, but there's another kind of bad science. Science that ignores its place in a necessary sequence of sustainable culture and effect on the life of our planet is bad science. From plastic to weapons to drugs to chemicals, it's bad science to ignore the proper sequence of first developing a stable world society to use this knowledge safely. If civilization's to survive, we must... Oh, come on now. The dog is here. You don't like that? Please don't do that again. Right now. Just wait. If civilization is to survive, we must cultivate the science of human relationships. Oh, come on. You're messing up Pete Seeger's... Come here. Come here. Oh, don't run away. All right. We must cultivate the science of human relationship. No, you got to come over here. You can't bark. I'm going to have to take you and lock you in the other room. Why are you growling? What's going on? You want me to play? I can't play yet. I'm busy. Boomer is a pre-pandemic dog. He's got a stick. He brought a stick in from outside. Okay, now listen to this. This is very philosophical for humans. If civilization is to survive, we must cultivate the science of human relationships. The ability of all people of all kinds to live together in the same world at peace. Then someday the art and science of war and military weaponry will be something our great-grandfathers' children will read about. Our great-grandchildren's children will read about in ancient history, like cannibalism. Well, there's Pete being a little funny. Boomer, I gotta play one more song. My daughter, Louisa, named him Boomer. The Weavers had a great big hit in 1950 with this song. Last Saturday night I got married. Me and my wife settled down. Now me and my wife are parted. Gonna take a little stroll downtown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Judy Ledbetter, Leadbelly. Wow, an African-American ex-convict through work of folks like Alan Lomax, folklorists, rescued him from prison and he got him pardoned. You can't bark in the middle of this song. Oh boy. I don't want to just leave the camera. I'd have to go through the door and put it in. Can you just be quiet for a minute? He dropped the stick at my feet and he's barking. So, Judy Ledbetter wrote, I guess you're in my dreams, which some people thought was, I'll get you in my dreams. So they said, I'll see you in my dreams. Irene, maybe a woman of the evening, a woman of ill repute that seems to have an awful lot of friends, has met an untimely demise. You can't keep doing that. Oh boy. What about this? Can't you have this for now? Can't you have one of those? No? What got you so interested in this stick? Where did you get this stick? It's like just a stick from outside. All right, here it is. Will you chew it? Just chew it and be quiet for a minute. So if you read between the lines, it's not just a nice little tender lullaby. Last Saturday night I got married. Me and my wife settled down. Now and me and my wife are parted. Didn't take long. Gonna take a little stroll downtown. What does that mean? Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in town. No, you can't bite my foot. I'm not wearing shoes. Sometimes I get a great notion to jump in the river and drown. We better wind this up. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. One chorus of my goodbye song. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars. Oh, you are just probably deafening people on their computers. Will you stop, please? Here, chew my foot then. Ever dancing circles in the night. Ever dancing circles in the night. Okay. Come here, come here. Now you're going to run away. Oh boy. Well, that's what happens when I don't have a roadie here, or I don't have my daughter here. Should have locked him outside so he could just bark and bother the neighbors. Ever dancing circles in the night. Thank you for your support, and thank you for sticking around. It's been a long concert. I had to get in a whole lot of Pete Seeger songs. Thanks for coming. Be good to each other, and we will see you next week.